I'm back. I was worried they took you too. I was trading gear with the outcasts, but they seemed all right, no matter what anybody says.
Walk me through this Titan program. It has to be a target, right?
I mean, it's a secret Skell project on Golem Island. What more do you need to know?
Any idea what they do there? What would make it a priority threat?
I don't know. You have to understand. The Jace Skell I know would have considered a killer robot beneath him. He's a genius, sure, but when I came to work for him, it was because he was revolutionizing technology. Then, after Project Amiga ramped up, the work changed. He seemed to change too.
Fine, but what was he so afraid of that super robots were the answer? Is there some major city that needs protecting against mutated fire-breathing dinosaurs?
Look, I've been asking myself that question every day since I left. If I were to hazard a guess, and this is purely speculation on my part, but I have to imagine that the program slipped into Walker's hands somehow. Maybe he and the Wolves took the lead on it. But I can't really give you any insight into fighting whatever they're making. That said, if the robots are Skells, they could eventually be the most devastating weapon this world has ever known. So yeah, I'd say they're our priority threat.
There's a lot of chatter about this since the bombing, but they were the first to see.
How do you fit into this whole Skell-tech design?
I was the head of the civic engineering department. Guess you could say I resigned over creative differences regarding Titan.
So you had something to do with designing the infrastructure here, on Aroa?
Sort of. I build on top of what the New Zealand and US military started. Every culture has to do that. Build on top of existing infrastructure. The older the culture, the more infrastructure is already in place, the harder it is to modernize. That's why Europe is such a mess.
Why not just tear it up and start over?
Once you build something, like roads, you don't want to unbuild them. Plus, Skell wanted to keep all the existing structures in place as a way to preserve the island.
That seems like a pain in the ass.
I don't mind a challenge. That's what makes me so good at what I do.
So I guess your roads are going to be a problem for the next person that comes here to design infrastructure.
I doubt it. By the time my roads need to be reworked, people will be flying around Aroa on jetpacks.
All of these drones must use a massive amount of power.
We use more electricity than most third-world countries.
So if we pull the plug, we can shut the whole operation down.
There's no plug. The whole island is powered by a diverse, renewable power grid. There are multiple power sources, and no one source powers everything. And all the power sources are renewable. None of them need fuel.
So you built a lethal drone army and gave it unlimited power. No one thought that might be a problem.
Skell insisted our power came from environmentally friendly sources. We have the cleanest power grid on Earth. Also the most expensive. Maybe people like you are the reason Skell had to build his utopia way out here in the middle of nowhere.
How many of these renewable power sources are there?
There's a massive solar panel farm outside Liberty and wind turbines on the west coast. There are also 2 oceanic geothermal plants in the channels between the islands. Those are powered by cold water from Antarctica and warm water from the Pacific.
There must be some kind of battery where they store all the excess power.
Just north of Liberty, there's a dam. Inside are flywheel capacitors. That's where the energy is stored.
Sounds like you built this power grid to be rock solid. I guess it's gonna be impossible to turn the lights off.
Sorry, I built this place to last.
That's the scary thing about this World 2.0 you built. It can't be rebooted. What kind of air traffic do you get on the island?
Before the perimeter of drones made leaving the island impossible, the only people flying in or out were investors or vacationers. To be honest, we've never had much air traffic. Why do you ask?
I saw an airport earlier. We might be able to land a bird in there.
To evacuate people?
Or explore. I'm just spitballing here.
The Aroa airport near Infinity has the big runway. That's where all the international flights come in.
Any smaller airstrips? Somewhere that could land helos.
Try Liberty Airport. We use it for internal jumper flights. If you're snooping around there, just be careful. Sentinel uses both of them, so they're crawling with security.
What's with the fancy net there on Erewhon's crater?
Well, it's hardly a net, but yes, it is fancy. It's bleeding-edge, multi-layered camouflage equipment that blocks visibility with surrounding environmental patterns. More importantly, it fools the drones. It's how I keep Erewhon hidden and virtually impossible to find.
So it works the way a chameleon would, blending into the background.
A little more advanced, but yes. The fabric uses a signature management system that disrupts thermal patterns, infrared wavelengths, and radio emissions so drones can't run their recognition algorithms. It won't fool the human eye. I mean, if somebody was looking at a drone feed, they might notice something weird, but...
Nobody can check thousands of hours of video feed on Aroa.
Right. It makes hiding things from drones pretty easy. They can't respond to what they don't see. It was developed by Skeltech. Luckily, I just so happen to know how to hijack it. Now Erewhon can remain safe for at least a little while.
I like your style, Jericho. I'll see you around.
Sure. I'll be seeing you.
Well, the truth is, we're gonna need them if we ever decide to stand up and fight. But for now, Schultz wants to keep us out.
Nomad, how are you?
Missing the comforts of home. Otherwise, not bad.
Don't let those comforts control you. Listen, I've been tied up with some personal business, so I was hoping you would do me a favor.
Sure. What's up?
Rumor has it some old dog tags turned up just west of Howard Port. The fellow who discovered them said he found them on a skeleton out in the woods by a bombed-out old Jeep. He didn't want to disturb the remains out of respect. Thing is, I think they belong to a Cold War buddy of mine. Cal was a good soldier and an even better friend. He saved my life half a dozen times. Sad we lost touch over the years and... well, I'd just really like to know what happened.
I get it. We've both buried our share of friends. I'll check it out.
I suggest searching just north of Groves Pond. Shouldn't be too tough to find. It's near Gordon Slough over in the Sinking Country province.
I'm on it. Mads, Fox got some video footage from inside Skeltech.
Who's sending him videos?
He's cagey about that. But the footage was of Trey Stone and his captains. He ordered him to come after the homesteaders.
You're nothing but good news, ain't you? What have we ever done to Stone and his goons? Remember how I asked you to lend a hand? I was serious about that. Seems more important than ever. Come by often, always work to be done. I ain't a rich man, but I'll give you gear for your troubles.
I will. Don't worry. I'm getting antsy. Let's cause some trouble.
Sentinel plays us like fools. Think they can heap any amount of pain on us and we'll be too weak or scared to snap back. Well, it's time we teach them a lesson.
I'm game.
I have the location of one of the pieces of shit responsible for taking our people. I want you to find this son of a bitch and put a bullet between his eyes.
Good as done.
Thank you. Arm up, bring a squad, go alone. I don't care how you do it. Just get it done.
Everything okay?
I thought we'd have more time.
What happened?
Captain Coleman made her move. Earlier than I thought. Earlier than we were prepared for. This is Hector Harris. We found him collapsed in the woods about a mile from Erewhon. Wilderness would have taken him if we hadn't lucked upon him. The homestead Hector lives on got raided.
We were just sitting down to eat when I heard the trucks.
Smells good, baby. You want to say grace?
Pop.
Boy.
Good evening.
You get turned around somewhere?
Oh, we're exactly where we need to be. The whole family here?
This here's an invitation-only dinner.
You're gonna make this easy for me.
This is my home. Look, you...
Dad! Dad!
Like I said, very easy. Those two. Deal with him.
Leave him alone! Mom! Mom!
Shoot him! Take care of the others.
I just ran. I mean, I left them and ran away.
There's no shame in surviving. Don't forget that.
I ran when they took my mother, Mads. That's what I won't forget.
It's worse than I feared. They're trying to exterminate us.
You need to get all the homesteaders back to Erewhon.
The Harris's place is right next to where Kyle and Layla live with Emmett. They could be next.
Not if I can help it.
I was trading gear with the Outcasts. We're short on people. It's that simple. We got to make do. We can't let it stop us. Now, if you finish early, come see me and I'll assign you something else.
Shit! Enemy contact! I got enemy contact!
It's impressive. Just admit it. It's impressive.
They're seeds. You know how many seeds there are in the world?
That's a big freaking dinner!
Oh. Ugh.
Crew that got scalped.
Light them! Enemy fighter in sight!
Alright, I need to move. Stay focused. Drop those hostiles. God, they just smoked down to 3. Stay sharp, all right. I need cover. Take him out! Alert! Contact! Enemy contact! Watch your ass. This is the squad that got Skell out. Keep tight. Check your... Shit, I lost visual. Don't let them hit.
Hey there. Can you tell me more about this?
There's nothing more to say.
Thanks. Take care of yourself.
Keep looking. We'll find them. Damn! Soldiers, I got eyes on a bad guy! Hit! I hit him!
Okay, lost him! Now let's run him down!
No!
Hello, friend. I need more info. Can you help me?
That's all the information.
Much obliged, stranger.
No, no.